Welcome to our complete walkthrough of Zoho CRM as we look at how businesses are staying ahead of the curve. We know how overwhelming it feels when your customer details are scattered across spreadsheets and sticky notes, which makes it nearly impossible to see the big picture. If you have been feeling like your customer data is scattered or your sales process is a bit of a mystery, then we are going to explore how Zoho CRM can be the solution for your business. So let's get started on building a better way for your team to work. Starting with the backbone of the entire system, we have to talk about the sales modules because this is where the magic really happens for your revenue. In Zoho CRM, we look at the journey starting with leads, which are essentially your raw prospects, people you've met at a trade show or who filled out a form on your site. Once we determine they are a good fit, we convert them. This is a big step because one lead becomes three distinct things: a contact, an account, and a deal. We find this structure incredibly helpful because it keeps the data clean. You can have 10 different deals going with one account, and all that history stays organized in one spot. As we move deeper into the sales cycle, the Deals module gives us that visual pipeline we all love. It shows exactly where every dollar is sitting, whether it's in negotiation or at the finish line. To make sense of the future, we use forecasts. This isn't just guesswork anymore. The system uses historical data to tell us if we're actually on track to hit our quarterly goals. While the sales team is busy closing, they can store all their contracts and proposals in the Documents tab, ensuring everyone has the latest version. And we can't forget where these people came from. The Campaigns module tracks our marketing efforts so we know exactly which ad or email blast is bringing in the most profitable deals. It's a closed-loop system that keeps us from flying blind. Building on that sales momentum, we need a way to stay on top of the actual day-to-day grind, and that's where the Activities modules come in. We've found that the biggest deal killer isn't a bad price, it's a forgotten follow-up. Zoho separates these into tasks, meetings, and calls, which might seem simple, but the separation is key for reporting. Tasks are our to-do items, like sending a quote or checking a reference. We can set these to repeat, so if we need to check in with a client every 6 months, the system just reminds us automatically. When it comes to meetings, the integration with your calendar is seamless. We can invite participants, set the location, whether it's a physical office or a digital link, and even record minutes directly within the record. Then we have calls. This is very useful for us because we can log every conversation, note the outcome, and even schedule the next follow-up call the second we hang up. By keeping these activities tied directly to the contact or deal, anyone on our team can jump in, see the history, and know exactly what was last discussed. It turns a group of individuals into a truly synchronized team. Now that we have the sales and communication moving, we have to ensure we can actually deliver on what we've promised, which brings us to the inventory management side of things. Most people think of a CRM as just a digital Rolodex, but we use it to manage the entire post-sales process too. It starts with the Products module, where we list everything we sell, including the pricing and stock levels. If we're dealing with different price points for different regions, the Price Books feature lets us manage those variations without breaking a sweat. Once a customer is ready to move forward, we generate a quote. This is a formal document that pulls data directly from the Deal and Product modules, so there's no manual typing or room for error. If they accept, we turn that into a sales order and eventually an invoice. On the flip side, we also use the Vendors and Purchase Orders modules to keep our own shelves stocked. The system is smart enough to alert us when our quantity in stock hits a certain level so we can get a new purchase order out before we run out of product. It's a complete life cycle approach that bridges the gap between the sales team and the warehouse. Moving beyond the internal tools, we really start to see the power of the platform when we look at integrations. We know that no business runs on just one piece of software, and Zoho is designed to be the hub for everything else. Through the Zoho Marketplace, we can connect to the tools we already use every day. If your team lives in Slack or Microsoft Teams, you can get instant notifications when a big deal closes. For the e-commerce folks, connecting Shopify means your online orders flow directly into your CRM as new sales records. We also see a lot of value in the Zoho to Zoho connections. For example, linking the CRM with Zoho Books ensures that when an invoice is paid, the sales rep sees it immediately without having to ask the accounting department. If you're using third-party tools like MailChimp or Google Workspace, the sync is native and usually takes just a few clicks to set up. In 2026, the focus is on removing data silos, those annoying walls where information gets stuck in one app. By integrating, we make sure that the truth about a customer is available everywhere, saving us hours of manual data entry every single week. To make sense of all this data we're collecting, we rely heavily on the Reports and Analytics module. It's one thing to have 1,000 contacts, it's another thing entirely to know which ones are actually worth your time. We can pull standard reports on things like sales by territory or lead conversion rate with just one click, but the real power is in the custom dashboards. We like to set up a command center view that shows our key performance indicators, like our win-loss ratio and average deal age, in real time. As we look forward, the analytics have become even more intuitive. We can ask the AI assistant, Zia, questions in plain English, like, what was our revenue growth compared to last February? And it will generate a chart for us instantly. It's about moving away from gut feelings and making decisions based on the hard evidence sitting right there in our system. We have covered a lot of ground today, and we hope this gives you a clear roadmap for your Zoho CRM journey. Remember, the best way to learn is to jump in and start organizing your data. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives. Thanks for watching.